Welcome to StarWatch Now, your front row seat to all the hottest gossip, drama, and breaking news from the world of entertainment. If it's trending, shocking, or star-studded, we're covering it. Stay tuned. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Have you ever wondered what really happens when the glittering world of Chinese entertainment collides with a death sentence? A powerful businessman is condemned for massive corruption. An official report quietly mentions male celebrities. Within hours, the internet starts to whisper, is it Wang Yibo? Is it Xiao Zhan? Fan communities go silent, and then explode. Tonight on StarWatch Now, we are not here to throw blame. We are here to ask a harder question. What does this story reveal about power, fandom, and the hidden cost of fame? Stay with me. There are moments when a single court judgment feels like a crack running through an entire industry. The sentencing of a powerful businessman like Li Aiqing is not just another legal headline. It becomes a mirror held up to the world of entertainment, money, and power. On paper, it is a verdict. Death sentence with a reprieve, confiscation of assets, a clear list of crimes. But between the lines, people read something much bigger, the collapse of a carefully maintained illusion. For years, audiences have consumed the entertainment world as a story of talent and opportunity. We see young actors and singers standing under bright lights, thanking investors, directors, and producers. We rarely ask who those people are, or what truly happens in those private rooms where deals are made. When an official report suddenly speaks of power for sex transactions and sexual bribery resources involving male celebrities, it feels like someone has switched on the harsh, white light at the end of a party. The music is still playing, but the magic is gone. This is why such a verdict shakes the entertainment world so deeply. It suggests that behind the success of certain projects, there may have been a currency that has nothing to do with talent, hard work, or audience love. It implies that some dreams may have been bought at a price too high to name. For many viewers, this is not just shocking. It is painful. Because if fame is built on fear and coercion, then every poster, every trailer, every red carpet smile becomes more difficult to trust. And yet, within this discomfort, there is also an awakening. A verdict like this does not only destroy illusions, it forces us to ask better questions about the systems we support, the celebrities we admire, and the kind of industry we are willing to watch in silence. In the first hours after a scandal breaks, there is often a strange silence. Official statements are cautious, names are withheld, and the language remains vague. A top male star, certain entertainers, industry insiders. Into that silence, something powerful rushes in speculation. And in the modern entertainment world, speculation rarely stays abstract. It lands on real people with real faces, real careers, and real fan communities attached to them. In this case, when documents hinted at male celebrities being involved in the circle of a disgraced businessman, fans did not respond with curiosity alone. They responded with fear. No one wants their favorite actor to be that unnamed star. No one wants years of support, comfort, and emotional investment to be tainted by association with exploitation and corruption. So, instead of openly claiming credit or celebrating success, many fandoms chose to step back, speak cautiously, or stay completely quiet. But social media does not tolerate emptiness for long. Soon, threads appear, linking film investments to financial groups, connecting release delays with investigations, piecing together rumors into something that looks like a narrative. When two of the most powerful fandoms in Chinese entertainment, those supporting Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan, are drawn into the storm, the silence breaks in another way. Old tensions, unresolved arguments from past years, and deep emotional loyalties are suddenly poured into this new story. The tragedy is that the real issue, abuse of power, exploitation, the safety and dignity of performers, risks being overshadowed by a familiar pattern: my idol versus yours. Fans, who should be allies in demanding a cleaner, safer industry, become soldiers in a war fought with screenshots and hashtags. The scandal stops being about justice and becomes about winning. Yet within this chaos lies a question every fan must face. Are we here only to defend a name at all costs, or are we here because we truly care about the people, all the people, behind the screen? Outrage travels faster than facts, but facts have a quiet power of their own. In a scandal that mixes crime, sex, power, and the names of beloved stars, the temptation is strong to seize on any connection and turn it into a conclusion. A shared investor, a delayed premiere, a rumored friendship, in the heat of online anger. These can start to look like proof. But when emotions are at their highest, that is exactly when the timeline becomes most important. The timeline does not care about our feelings. It simply lays events in order: dates of investigations, periods of filming, moments when contracts were signed, when films were postponed, when they were finally released. When we place these pieces side by side, some narratives begin to fall apart. If a businessman was already detained and questioned at a certain point, can he truly be the secret force behind a project approved and shot long after? If an actor has previously taken legal action against defamation and won, is it fair to treat every rumor as truth? This does not mean that anyone is above suspicion forever, nor does it mean that the industry is clean. But it reminds us that a name trending on social media is not the same as a name written in an official charge. It reminds us that "it feels possible" is not the same as "it is proven." For international audiences, timelines are especially important. Language barriers, partial translations, and cultural distance can easily distort a story. By returning again and again to verified dates and documented facts, we protect not only the reputations of individuals, but our own integrity as viewers. In the end, choosing to respect the timeline is an act of respect for truth, for justice, and for the real victims, whose stories risk being buried under our need for dramatic endings. Every entertainment industry, whether in Asia, America, or Europe, exists at the crossing point of three powerful forces: power, money, and dreams. On their own, each of these can be a force for good. Power can protect. Money can create. Dreams can inspire. But when they are twisted together without transparency or accountability, they can form something much darker: a system in which people become tools and human bodies become bargaining chips. Behind every glossy premiere and flawless music video lie countless negotiations most viewers will never see. A young performer might feel that a single opportunity could change their entire life. An investor might feel entitled to more than a financial return. In that quiet, unspoken space between desperation and entitlement, exploitation can take root. It does not always appear as something dramatic or obvious. It can look like a favor, a suggestion, a private dinner, a harmless party. What makes cases like Li Aiching so unsettling is not only the specific accusations, but the way they illuminate a pattern that many suspected but could not prove. It suggests that some careers may have been accelerated not by talent or luck, but by compliance with demands that should never have been made. It raises the possibility that some who refused those demands may have been quietly pushed aside, labeled difficult or uncooperative. For fans, this is a difficult truth to face. We want to believe that our favorite artists climbed by honest means, powered only by skill and hard work. And in many cases, they did. But a mature love for the industry requires the courage to admit that not everyone had that protection, and that some may have been harmed in ways that will never be publicly acknowledged. Recognizing these patterns does not mean giving up on entertainment. It means demanding an industry where dreams can be pursued without fear, and where success is not purchased with silence. Every scandal draws a line on the ground and asks fans to choose where they will stand. On one side is blind defense, the instinct to shield a favorite star from any suspicion, no matter how serious the allegation or how complex the context. On the other side is blind attack, the rush to weaponize any scandal against rival fandoms, to accuse first and ask questions later. Between these two extremes lies a narrow, difficult path: responsible love. Choosing responsible love means accepting that we can care deeply about an artist while still caring about justice, ethics, and the safety of others. It means saying, I will not join a witch hunt, but I will also not mock or minimize the pain of those who may have been hurt. It means resisting the urge to turn criminal investigations into fandom games, where the goal is not truth but victory. Fans hold more influence than they realize. Algorithms respond to their clicks, trends respond to their posts, companies watch their reactions. When fans choose to focus only on defending or attacking, They teach the industry that scandal is just another marketing tool. But when fans demand better, clearer information, respectful dialogue, accountability without cruelty, they begin to change what is rewarded and what is rejected. In practical terms, this might look like refusing to amplify unverified accusations, supporting projects that treat people well behind the scenes, or using fan power to promote campaigns against harassment and exploitation. It might look like comforting one another in comment sections, instead of tearing each other apart. Growing up as a fandom does not mean feeling less. It means feeling more wisely. It means realizing that idols are human, victims are human, even those who fall are human, and that our role is not to play judge or executioner, but to witness, to question, and to care. When the initial shock fades, the trending tags quieten and the next scandal arrives, what remains from a case like this? If all we remember is who was rumored to be involved, or which fandom shouted the loudest, then we have missed the true weight of the story. At its heart, this case is not only about one man's crimes or even about a single industry. It is about the way societies allow power to accumulate without enough scrutiny, and the way glamour can be used as a shield to hide discomforting truths. It invites us to reflect on how easily we, as audiences, accept the surfaces we are shown, and how rarely we question the structures that produce them. The lesson is not to stop loving actors, singers, or stories. Fiction, music, and performance are vital. They give comfort, meaning, and joy to millions of people. The lesson is to learn to love them with open eyes. To understand that supporting an artist can also mean supporting their right to work in a system that does not exploit them. To realize that caring about justice in entertainment is part of caring about justice in general. For international viewers, this story is also a reminder that what happens in one country's industry is part of a global pattern. Wherever there is concentrated power and desperate ambition, there is a risk of abuse. Our responsibility is not to pretend this does not exist, but to avoid turning it into a spectacle stripped of humanity. If we can carry forward even one thing from this case, let it be this: that behind every glamorous image there are real people with fears, dreams, and limits, and that the way we talk about them, the care we show, the patience we practice, the standards we demand, shapes the kind of world they have to live and work in.